Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Throwing on first down is Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. Safarian Jenkins has it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Brissett now gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Brissett. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Brissett again. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Brissett. That'll be complete to Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. To throw on 3rd down, Carr. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. To throw is Carr. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Carr now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Got him in. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Carr. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Kamara off the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
With it is Brown. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Carr now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
That one goes for 8 yards. On 1st down, Jacobs. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. second down. It's Warren. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Carr now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Jacobs now. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. To throw is Brissett. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans. Brissett now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10, it's first down. Now Kamara. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Throwing, Brissett. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Get in the weight room. Mike 54.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the counter, here's Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Brissett now. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Warren. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They run it with Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
They got Colton Miller that time, the 1st-round pick from 2018. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Carr completes it. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Going up top. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Cameron Jordan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening week. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And after working on it all week, they're able to punch it in from the goal line.
Nothing like good preparation and even better execution.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brissett. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he finds Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On the ground, Kamara. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He is going to find Hill here.
We got this. I got you.
First down, Brissett. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr, throw left side, complete. That's Morgan. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Kerryon Johnson, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. Into the end zone. Oakland Raiders touchdown.
That's it, huh? Good work, boys. Let's go.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Brissett to throw on first. That'll be complete to Cook. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Brissett gets it to Meredith, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it, and he slings one that's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Cleveland Farrell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. David Onyemata able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged, how big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
Encroachment, defense.
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Brissett now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Brissett. And Thomas has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett, and his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the 1st down.
It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So out come the Raiders. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56, check 56.
Here's Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Demario Davis there on the stop.
4-7's the mic, 4-7's the mic.
Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Raider first down, 17 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Carr now to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Once again, it's Jacobs. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brissett out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Now Brissett. Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 51 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Running is Jacobs, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Carr, he's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, it's Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now Carr. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first and 10, Brissett gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Again, it's Kamara. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down, Brissett. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now this throw caught left side. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Punching it in from a yard away as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On third down, here's Kamara. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Onyemata able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Jacobs. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Back to throw.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Pardon me.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. It's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for the Saints, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.